I didn't.
I know, you just did that.
I know.
You read it.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, boy.
It's the weekend, baby. Proverbs 23. Proverbs 23, 6 and 7.
Yeah, boy. Let's go.
Proverbs 23, 6 and 7. I said, let's go. I'm hanging around. Do not eat the bread of the stingy. Do not desire their delicacies. For like a hair in the throat, so are they. Eat and drink, they say to you, but they do not mean it. I'm going to read the rest as well.
Yeah.
I just want to read the rest. Like that.
I have
The first part is kind of like, I don't know if it's how direct it should be taken. Okay? Okay, so brainy tip. So again, Proverbs 23 verse 6 and 7 says, do not eat the bread of the stingy, do not desire the delicacies, for like a hair in the throat, so are they. Eat and drink, they say to you, but they do not mean it. Proverbs 23 verse 6 and 7. Brainy tip. Your thoughts can change the structure of your brain, which shapes your words and actions. You are what you think. It seems like everyone has heard of the verse, as a man thinketh, so is he. One of the most famous lines in the King James Version, Proverbs 23:7, has been used in songs, books and films. So what is this all about? A hair in the throat? Question mark. The NRSV translation is closer to the original text, warning us to be careful when a stingy person shows generosity because they do not mean it. The meaning of throat in the original Hebrew is something akin to the inner person, soul or mind. Within the context of the preceding and following verses, it appears the author is telling us about the importance of not only good actions like generosity and hospitality, but also good motives. We have all had those experiences when someone does something nice for us, but there's just something off about the situation. It is not just important to do the right thing, but also to think the right thing. Since what we think eventually comes out one way or another and can poison our relationships and our health. No wonder Jesus placed so much emphasis on what is in our hearts.
Sure, it's actually got so much to do with yesterday's verse as well. Like same with regards to your intentions, like you can't show that you are happy from the outside, even though you're not happy in the inside. It's the same as like make sure that you know those type of people too, maybe. I don't know.
It's wild. I love this part. We all have had those experiences when someone does something nice for us, but there's something that just seems off about the situation.
Out of character.
Today, I told you today, my colleague at work, I was in a classroom, it was raining, we had to change buildings, and he just, big shout out to Isaac, he brought me an umbrella without me asking him, without it being his job. Like he had his own umbrella, he was moving buildings as well to go teach, and he came into my classroom and said, hey, I know you go. It was period 8. He knows I go in period 9 to the other building, building 3. And he just walked in my class. Hey, I know you're going to building 3 as well, so I brought you an umbrella.
So cool.
And there was nothing off about it. It was like, my heart was like, what the heck? That's so nice. It's like, I told you, other than like family or girlfriends, nobody's ever done something that nice for me without wanting anything in return. And it felt amazing. Like, I didn't ask, he literally just considered me. And I think that's like a bit of a lesson, isn't it? Like, it's important to have actions like generosity and hospitality, but also good motives.
Yes.
It's kind of pointless. It's pointless if your motives are just always rooted in receiving, getting.
That whole verse, give and you shall receive. They only focus on the, if I give a lot, then I'm going to receive a lot. But it's not in actually you want to give because you feel like you want to be that generous out of the goodness of your heart, not knowing and not caring whether you receive something back.
And I think, you know what, we might as well talk about it because we've seen it and this is our platform to talk about things we see. So I think with that, there's such a catch-22, right? So I see a lot of this, I'm not, I have to watch the phrases I use now because I'm not some elitist or some better, but I see a lot of this popular Christianity online, where people are mixing in Christianity with extreme worldly successes, extremely material objectives. They're like teaching you Christianity, to walk in the path of Jesus, and then they're teaching you how to manipulate the Instagram algorithm at the same time. I'll teach you how to make money online, but listen, my posts are about Jesus.
Yeah.
And Jesus never said, if you follow me, you're going to be rich. He said somewhere in the Bible, I'll look it up, but he said something along the lines of, you have to kind of give up everything that you are, everything that you am, and try your best to live like me. I'm the example, follow my example. You're going to fail. That's why I'm here. But it doesn't align with me to do all those things along with the Christianity. I'm just talking about motives now. For me, there's something wrong there. But again, I'm not.
It's not for me to say.
Yeah, it's not for me to say. I'm just saying, like, that's sorry.
It's like that gut feeling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I understand motives to be.
Yes.
So if we're in that context, that's what I understand motives to be, right? Let's go back to it. Do not eat the bread of the stingy, do not desire their delicacies. For like a hair in the throat, so are they. So they're like a hair in the throat. They can. They do not mean it. It'll be like it'll get later. It's going to irritate you.
It's an irritation.
Later, it's going to cause you discomfort.
100%.
There's going to be some sort. But to me, this was something else as well. It's like don't eat where you're not welcome, right? Don't. You see many of those things.
That's very true. Like, don't eat where you're welcome, because I'm pretty sure those people who are offering you such nice things, right? When they're inviting you, like, they don't mean it. They are giving you temptation. Eat and drink. Eat and drink.
You know how uncomfortable.
Because you know they're not wanting that from you. They're wanting something else.
Yeah, for some reason there's been times in my life where I've been like I've been trying without any religious teachings, but I was like, no smoking, no drinking, no drugs, fitness, and I got good at it. And people not all, let's say 50%, half of the people were always like asking me, no man, you're not normal. They're telling me you're not normal. They told me I have to change to be friends with them. They told me if I'm at their house, I have to now drink a glass of wine with them, or I have to have pudding, and I'm like,
you said yes.
No, I didn't. But they found it extremely weird, and they told me, no, you're not lekker.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so what?
But I thought I'm just a nice guy, like, and I thought you want to talk to me because you want to talk to me, or be friends with me because you want to be friends with me, not the me you want me to be.
Yes.
So that's what do not eat the bread of the stingy.
Yeah.
The other 50% of my friends were like, there was great friends, like in PE and stuff, who were like, you could come to the barbecue, not a single person will ask you why you're drinking.
Yeah.
And they got drunk. And I drive them around, and not single one of them would be like, why aren't you? They'd be like, we're so proud of you.
Yes.
Plus, you are a designated driver.
Yes.
But then some people are like always
Oh
asking
gosh,
me,
like, why
why,
Yeah.
you're so weird, wow.
Yeah.
Do not desire the delicacies. And then, yeah, let's not get into that. Yeah, just don't desire what they desire. And I never have. That's the other thing. Remember I've told you, I'm different. I think I'm different. I'm sorry. I've never wanted the things people want. I've never needed the things people need. These benchmarks of achievements that people have set out to do. I've never wanted that. I was always like, what the heck? That doesn't make sense to me. And my rebellion with that, I told you, kind of had an influence on why I had a rebellion with Christianity or religion as well. Because I couldn't separate my rebellion from. My rebellion was actually a worldly rebellion. I was rebelling against the things that I wasn't supposed to rebel against religion.
Yeah, what caused the rebellion was the worldly things.
Yeah, and then I just rebelled to everything they taught me.
Yeah.
Everything, but there was only some things. Because I saw hypocrisy and I mixed the hypocrisies with it. But anyway, my point is don't desire the delicacies. For like a hare in the throat, so are they. Those delicacies come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever it is, it's like a moment on the lips is a lifetime on the hips. All those kind of things make sense, don't they? When you those delicacies.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about cake. There, eat and drink, they say to you, but they don't mean it. Plus, and then the other thing was also, then they go, eat and drink, and then I drink a bottle of brandy.
They go, oh, but why did you eat? Why did you drink that?
Yeah, and then I crash a car into a wall or whatever. Because
it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna diet because I'm gonna go attend a show for bodybuilding. They're like, oh, okay, we understand, but there is gonna be like snacks and everything. Then you arrive there, not like I've done that. It's just like, I'm the one.
I love how you like comparing it to physical stuff, and I'm like, I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
But you arrive there, they got all the snacks, and you say, oh no, I've got a show this weekend, and they're like, oh, why are you being such a Debbie Downer? Why aren't you?
Yeah.
I just told you.
What I'm doing.
I told before, yeah.
And that's so frustrating. Like,
why can't you accept that I want to do better or I want to be better? Or something on those kind of lines.
Yeah, 100%.
It makes no sense. Like, why can't you accept? Why do you not want me to change and me to stay at your level?
Yeah. Why should I be down there with you? I'm trying to do something different.
I'm trying to level up here slowly.
In my own way.
In my own gut feeling, it feels wrong to drink, to do this, to do that. And I'm not. And if you're doing it, I'm not shunning you for doing it. You're okay for where you want to be, and that's okay. But if I want to level up, and if I want to feel better and do better and be better, then let me do what I'm doing and don't get in the way.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Sorry.
Before we go too far. The bodybuilding thing that you brought up is such a good topic because it's the same as that kind of Christianity we're not sure about. There's so many people online we are listening to for fitness advice, right? Who are slamming those people who choose to go to a meal and bring their own foods, who choose because they want to achieve something, whether it's good or they have decided that's what they want to achieve. And that's if somebody decides I want to build a spaceship like Elon Musk, everybody's like, wow, Elon, this person wants to get in good shape, whatever the reason. A lot of bodybuilders have a lot of psychological trauma that the gym is like their therapy, and people like, oh no,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's not good for me. So
and then you've got famous people like even James Smith and everybody like always talking bad about bodybuilders who diet really hard and take steroids, and it's just like it just seems like there's always something that somebody has. It goes back to this whole thing is around those. That you have to watch out for those people who have got always bad things to say about other people, and because they say those bad things about you. If you've got bad things to say about someone else, they'll say bad things about you when you're not there. I promise you. So I think for me, Do not eat the bread of the stingy. Do not desire their delicacies. For like a hair in the throat, so are they. Eat and drink, they say to you, but they do not mean it. Two things. If I look at what I allow into my life, that means for me, watch out who you allow in.
Yes, 100%.
But then from my perspective, it's like, watch out for doing stuff and wanting something in return. So I think I'm going to write two things down. So.
I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No. For to write down.
Oh. Okay, well, let's work towards that together. Should we write?
Oh, I was going to say, like, don't entertain something that you feel in your gut feeling to be negative. Like, if you have a gut feeling that this person is not willing to see you and happy where you are, then don't entertain it.
Okay, can we break that down more? Because I was saying it from my perspective and from what I'm supposed to do and from what I'm supposed to look out for.
Okay.
But let's have one sentence that talks from both perspectives, and I like yours. Trust your gut.
Trust your gut feeling and don't entertain.
Yeah, stuff that. So from both ways, from what you're doing, trust your gut that what you're doing is wholesome and pure and right, and you're doing it from a good place. But also watch out who's doing what in your life. Yeah. Who you are trusting. Yeah. So your thoughts can change. Oh, here we go. So the brainy tip is your thoughts can change the structure of your brain, which shapes your words and actions. You are what you think.
So don't entertain thoughts that are negative.
Yeah. Don't entertain. Let's start there. Don't entertain thoughts or people. Don't entertain thoughts or people that always seem.
That don't have your true best intentions.
Or, I was going to say, don't entertain thoughts of people that always seem to have a problem for every solution. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. Don't entertain thoughts or people that don't have your best interest at heart. But also, what's a nicer word for but also? So second sentence, but also, or conversely, or like oppositely.
No.
So I want to talk about the other perspective, yours. Just also remember to make sure that your own intentions are good and pure. I think that's that last part. Also remember to make sure your own intentions are good and pure. I mean, me and you've talked about it now this is day 11, so we've talked about it for 11 days about how worried we are to even do this because we don't want to look like we think we're better than anybody. We don't want to look like we're trying to sell something online. We don't want to look like we're trying to convince you. No, actually, you know what? I am trying to convince you that you should open a Bible and talk to God. That I do want to do. But I don't want any money for it. No. But I do want to tell you
it works.
You should do that.
It works.
But yeah, I don't want anything in return. I don't want to become famous because of this. If one person watches this video every day, that's more than enough. 100%. One is enough because I've still done more than I've ever done. Yeah,
exactly.
So one is enough, and that's it. Also remember to make sure your intentions are good. So I struggle with that every day. I just want to make sure I don't get arrogant. Even if I watch the video back, or I edit it, or I clip a piece for Instagram, which I'm so scared to do because I don't want to be throwing religious stuff on social media the whole time, but I also don't not want to do it because I feel like somebody should be. We should be talking about it, but it's like
how
I've got there's 1,800 followers, and so many of them I've had friendly relations with, and they know me as something else other than this. So it's a difficult position. If it's a brand new channel, perhaps I need to rebrand my Instagram or something, but we'll see. Yeah, that's just my battle. Anything else you want to add? What you wrote down?
I wrote that as well.
Same. And what does it mean to you? Anything other than what I said?
It's just don't doubt your capabilities, maybe, with regards to anything. I mean, you have so much time to think in a day, and you need to make sure that you choose the positive thoughts and not the negative thoughts, and make sure that you have power and control over those negative ones, and to shun them, and so that it's absolute lies.
To stop them right there. No,
Stop it right in its tracks before the behavior becomes a pattern.
It literally.
And that's something I've had to learn, because I thought it was absolute lies and hogwash to be practicing that.
It's not.
And it's not. But like even the simple thing of like saying you are beautiful in the mirror. Like as a young kid, I was like, I can't do that because.
But it's right.
Yeah.
It's or you know what you're doing.
Not because I didn't. Yeah.
But then at the same time, so that's positive talk.
Yeah.
But then for me, I see stuff as a man, right? We live in Asia. We are Westerners. A lot of men in Asia, me included, I'm not going to lie about it, sometimes see an Asian girl and they dress sometimes provocatively here in Asia, extremely provocatively, and you walk past you like, turn your head, the first thing you, what? And then you, as soon as you go, what? You go, oh, whoa. You can't do that anymore. If you've decided to do this, you can't.
No.
And of course, your natural is like, and then you stop. So it's kind of, that's the opposite of controlling your, like that impulse. And you're talking about also taking conscious steps to make sure you also feel good about you, to make sure you're happy with you. Is that what you're saying?
But also to control those negative thoughts so that they don't become actions and words.
Words, okay. So what negative thoughts are you on about?
Oh, well, any impulse action, any impulse that you
Oh,
have.
impulse action,
Yes.
even
a thought, a feeling, an action.
it can be as simple as when you're feeling down and you eat a whole chocolate cake. I mean, that's where psychology can, yeah.
How's it going to serve you?
And
You're going to feel absolutely worse afterwards, and you know that before you even take a bite of the chocolate. But you decide to take the bite of the chocolate anyway, knowing that you're going to feel horrible afterwards. But you're like, I'm just going to deal with it because it's okay. No, it's not. Stop.
It's the same thing.
Stop lying to yourself.
How you control the chocolate cake is how people, me or anybody, can control impulsive decisions about any sort of thing. Spending money, spending too much money.
You have power over your thoughts and emotions.
That's a great way to put it. You have to believe that you've got power over your thoughts and emotions, because it starts with emotion, then it becomes thought, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, yeah, I'm finished.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was a goodie.
Goodie.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nice!
Nice.